Okay, so as we usher into 2026, it's a new beginning, and I think it's well time for me to drop this video. One of the things that I value most about spirituality is that everything is done in divine timing. And truth be told, that was one of the hardest lessons that I had to learn. One thing that I do not take lightly is how God moves in other people's lives, and that everyone has their own journey in this thing called life. So if you made it this far in this video, I'm sure you know where I'm headed next. By now, everything that we have been taught is questionable, and the only thing that we can go on is our own personal relationship with God. While I am very aware that in the word it says, go out and preach the gospel, but the push for conversion wouldn't be as hard if people would go about it the right way. When I was introduced to Christ, the approach was soft and loving. It was very welcoming, and it wasn't a push. I wasn't being pressured. She actually met me exactly where I was in life. And man, my life was changed. I know and I experience the power of God daily. And just because my path may look different from yours don't mean that I discredit God in any way, shape, or form. I was a dancer, I was a minister, and I did a lot of service for God, for his people, in my lifetime that I am very, very proud of. But one day, something shifted. I started researching, I started asking questions. And we all know in the word it says, do not ask questions, but I just couldn't stop. It was something inside of me, a fire burning, that I had to know more. I had to go deeper. And boy, did I find out a truth that changed my life. And what that truth was that I didn't have to look outside of myself, but God was within me. Luke 17:21. And now that I'm a certified Reiki healer, one of my base scriptures is John 14:12. He specifically tells us that we will do greater things than he. And he healed, he turned water into wine. We can do the same things, even greater. And what I loved about Jesus is that he chilled with the imperfect people. His delivery was soft, and he met people right where they were. The problem today is there is way too much judgment and not enough love. Now, I will say I've came across some powerful men and women of God that I listen to still to this day. But even though my path have changed, I must remind you that I am not lost. Sad thing is I have never experienced so much judgment and hate until now in my life. And I don't understand it because I'm happy. I don't bother nobody. I don't judge nobody. I stay in my own lane. And I definitely don't push my beliefs on people. Because trust and believe, there is a whole lot that I want to say as I research and awaken to all of the lies that we were taught. But I allow people to find out on their own, and I stay in my lane. Because I understand that everyone has their own path. And the best example that I can be is myself, and to keep it real. So with all that being said, in this point of my life, I am being loud with my spirituality. I'm comfortable here. I love it here. And I feel closer to God now than I ever have. So for all the people that feel the need to judge me, comment on my post and tell me what I should be doing, I'm here to tell you you are wasting your breath. And you can use that very breath to go out in these streets and preach to these homeless people, these addicts, and everyone who really needs you to meet them where they're at so they can come to Christ. I am not a witch, and I am not a Christian. I am a divine being. And from here on out, if you do not like the content that I post or accept my truth, all you have to do is unfollow. Because what I'm not going to do, and what I don't have the energy for, is to debate or argue with anyone about my life. So with that being said, I thank you so much for your support and love, and God bless.